Hey guys, Steve here, Putsy Boy Travels. I hope you're having a great day. Today I'm going to discuss my last year or so of flying drones and the different types of drones that I've had during that time. I started off about a year or so ago with a Mini 2, DJI Mini 2. The kit for learning on, it's a 249 gram drone, as I'm sure you're all aware. It's got some very good points and it's got one or two downsides to it as well. So the positives about the Mini 2. Well, you can fly it anywhere. It's a great little piece of kit. It's good in strong winds even. So the downsides to the Mini 2, for me personally, was the lack of any obstacle avoidance, any APAS system. It also didn't have any active track on it. So I did try using it to track me on a bicycle or walking through areas, but you've kind of got to do it manually. There are a few little hacks and things, but they're not easy to achieve a good result. So I found myself sort of being a little bit frustrated with it. So having had the Mini 2 for about 6 or 7 months, I decided late last year to pick up the Mavic 3. The Mavic 3 seemed on the surface to be the perfect drone. You've got quick shots, you've got active track, you've got all kinds of sensors above, below, at the sides. It's a good sized drone for any kind of condition, strong winds. Even if you were caught in the rain, it was still flyable. It's not a problem. But it's a big drone. It's noticeable no matter where you're flying it. People are definitely going to notice you flying the Mavic 3. Obviously the downside of the Mavic 3 is the cost. It's about $2,200 or something like that. I got the Fly More combo with the extra batteries and the extra bits and pieces. Yeah, it was about $2,200. Whereas the Mini 2 only cost me about £500. Anyway, I've been flying the Mavic 3 for a few months, and I've got to be honest, I found myself reaching for the Mini 2 more than the Mavic 3, purely and simply because of ease of transport, knowing that I could kind of put it up in any situation. And if truth be known, after the first, say, 3 or 4 weeks, the Mavic 3 tended to sit on the shelf a little bit more than what I thought it would. Even though I enjoyed the active track, I enjoyed the various options that it does have, I still was reluctant to take it. And then the Mini 3 Pro came out. Maybe that's the best of all worlds. What I decided to do was I sold my Mini 2 because I thought, well, I need to get some money back. So I sold my Mini 2 and I got almost what I paid for it. Only lost a little bit of money. I was thinking, well, I can't afford to go and spend $1,000 or whatever on the Mini 3 Pro. So what I did was I sold my Mavic 3. So here's where I really had to think about what I really wanted to do. Because the Mavic 3, I love the quality. I love the Hasselblad lens, I love the balance, but I don't like the skittishness which it has around different objects. When it's closer to objects, like within 3 or 4 meters, it can kind of get a bit skitty, I found. So I've been watching some of the reviews on YouTube about the Mini 3 Pro, and I've got to be honest, I was really impressed. But I thought there's no point in keeping a Mavic 3 and buying a Mini 3 Pro. Number one, I couldn't afford it. Number two, it would have meant one of them not being used for sure. So I decided to sell the Mavic 3. So I sold the Mavic 3 only a couple of weeks ago. Again, I got pretty close to what I paid for it. As a $200 or $300 loss, something like that. But in the back of my mind, I was thinking, well, the Mini 3 Pro is the same weight as a Mini 2, which I loved. It's got the flexibility of the Mini 2, which I loved. It has the quality and the sensors and everything of the Mavic 3, which is super useful. And I figured I could use it pretty much anywhere. I could track my cycling, I could track in a car, I could track in a van. So I was hoping that it was going to fulfill all my needs that I have. And I was going to get some money back from the Mavic 3, even after I paid for the Mini 3 Pro. I would still have some money left. So I figured that's what I'll do. So I've bought the Mini 3 Pro. The Mavic 3's gone, the Mini 2 have gone, and I've been playing with the Mini 3 Pro. And I've got to be honest, on balance, it's the best decision I ever made. I bought the basic package, which is with the standard controller, the same as what comes with the Mavic 3 and with the Mini 2. Why did I do that? Well, I'll be honest, I like the flexibility of that small remote unit. I've got these little extension plastic pieces which I can fit onto it. And it gives me the ability to attach either an iPad. I've got an iPad mini, so I can put that on it. I can put my iPhone onto it, and they all work perfectly. Whereas if I would have bought the new controller, I'm limited to that controller and nothing else. Plus, I have an attachment for my bicycle, which nobody's really talked about, but I use the attachment on my bicycle for the standard controller. It fits in there really well, and I can cycle around streets. I've been off-roading it, and the controller stays exactly where it is, and the Mini 3 Pro will follow me around on the bicycle no matter where I am. In fact, I think in the coming video I'm going to be doing some cycling, so you'll see exactly how the Mini 3 Pro works alongside the standard controller with me on a bike, tracking me through different areas, some of which are going to be quite challenging, I think, for the Mini 3 Pro. So let's get on to the bad bits of the Mini 3 Pro. The only thing that's bad about it are the lack of sideways sensors. I've come quite close a couple of times in my experimentation to getting it into a tree or something like that. I haven't, but it has been very close. So I would say those sideways sensors, they really should be put on. I could understand why DJI didn't do that, because if you put sideways sensors on the Mini 3 Pro, it would literally be a Mavic 3 other than the Hasselblad lens and the size. But essentially the Mini 3 Pro would be a direct competitor to the Mavic 3. The only instance I can see a Mavic 3 being better than a Mini 3 Pro is if you've got some really strong winds. Perhaps it's going to do better there. But other than that, the Mini 3 Pro is smoother. It's smoother through the active track. It's smoother following. It's smoother, I find, coming into land in a tight space than the Mavic 3. So all in all, I would say the Mini 3 Pro is the best all-in-one drone right now on the market. So in summary, what do I think? Well, I think I made the right decision. The Mini 2 is a great piece of kit. It's lightweight, goes anywhere, but no sensors. The Mavic 3, great piece of kit, got sensors everywhere, a great lens, a fantastic prosumer drone. Get my words out. But to be honest, by buying the Mini 3 Pro, I have literally got the Mini 2 and the Mavic 3 all in one box. It's a fantastic bit of kit. I would highly recommend it. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video. It'd be nice if you would like and subscribe to the channel. I am still trying to grow it, and I've got 95 subscribers at the moment. Maybe I'll get to 100, who knows. Put a comment at the bottom. Tell me what you think about your Mini 3 Pro compared to maybe a Mavic 3 or a Mini 2. I'm always interested to hear. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye.